Well, we have a Patrick Webster. Did I got your name right? From Erie Better Beer Bureau.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people have commented on it. The more that you drink, the more difficult it is to pronounce our name.
EBBB, baby.
Yeah. So how are you doing, Patrick?
Very good. We actually did a review tonight, then we hung out and drank a couple more. So I'm already a couple deep here, and I didn't actually find out that it was IPA night until about 20 minutes before I joined your hangout here. So my IPAs may not be quite up to snuff here.
But you had some in the fridge, right? So.
Well, not the freshest ones, but yeah, I did have a couple.
Yeah. Tell us about one of them.
Well, actually, I'm drinking right now. It's a couple months old, but I'm doing the old. Everyone should know this one already. Hopslam Ale from Bell's, which I've been a fan of. Two Hearted Ale pretty much ever since I started drinking craft beer, and Hopslam is more or less an Imperial Two Hearted Ale with honey, so it's hard to disappoint with that.
I have a problem with the price of that beer. That's the only thing that I don't understand.
Yeah, they say it's because of the honey.
Well, and you know, we've actually had emails with Bell's before, and we found a lot of local shops tend to, once they find out that a lot of people want it, they tend to charge a little bit more than maybe it really should be charged. And I can't put that all on Bell's, but some places like to try to take advantage a little bit of how much people want it.
And I gotta say, honey is like literally the only food in the world that never expires.
Yeah.
It never expires, so they'll have plenty of it. That's not an excuse.
Well, I think we don't have that many bees, so I think they're maybe playing on both of those factors. So if you like honey and you like beer, and you like bees, but how much does this beer cost? Is it a lot?
It was $5 around here.
Yeah, here it was like $22.50 for a sixer.
For a Hopslam?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a different issue here. A lot of bottle shops like to break it into singles and sell between $8 to $10 a bottle.
What?
For a 12-ounce bottle?
I'm not. No I wish I was kidding, but especially here in Erie, we're at the end of a long distribution chain from Philly to Pittsburgh to Erie. So we get basically what is left over from everyone else, and so we get limited amounts, and some places try to overcharge a bit for it.
You know, we used that example before. Rand and I talk about this many times. I'm gonna use the same example again. Founders freaking sell their beers in barrels underground. He trucks in back and forth for 12 months. Now, and still is $6. You know, so there is no excuse for Hopslam be that expensive.
Well, you know, at $12 a bottle, do they have any of it laying around? They're selling it all, so
that's true.
Someone's pricing it the way people are willing to pay for it.
That is true, yeah.
He's drinking one right now.
After hours, all business, right?
For the Hopslam right now.
Well, the worst thing is I actually go just across the border to Ohio, and I can get it for much cheaper.
There you go.
Get it for $2.50 to $3 a bottle, and I refuse to pay this
price.
So
tell us a little bit about Hopslam. I want to hear your review. I mean, I have so many different opinions on Hopslam.
Give us your assessment.
It's a great beer. It's, of course, like any IPA, it's the best fresh. But I like the contrast you get from the bitterness from the hops with the kind of smooth sweetness from the honey. So it's usually a real good combination, and despite the amount of hops and the ABV on it, it makes it really drinkable. So, Hopslam's an easy beer to get yourself into trouble for if you're not ready for it. But I enjoy Hopslam. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Two Hearted Ale, and Hopslam is just like that plus the honey, plus the ABV, plus a little more hops. So I never can find a real complaint with it. It changes a little bit from year to year, like any beer. I mean, hops change, malts change. Even if the recipe stays the same, you're still going to get variations in your hop and malt crops. But it's always a real solid beer. I just won't pay $8 to $10 a bottle for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, go ahead, Ernie. Go ahead.
I've always thought that Hopslam was really drinkable as well. But I mean, to your point, you said it's hard to find anything wrong with it. Well, the thing that I find wrong with it is the value. I mean, Gil, Matt, we got together earlier this year, and Hopslam is released right around the same time as Nugget Nectar. And Nugget Nectar, even though that beer is listed as an amber ale or as an imperial amber ale, that's
that's Nugget Nectar here.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a beer that could have just as easily been featured tonight here on IPA night, to be honest with you. But from a value perspective, when you juxtapose Hopslam to Nugget Nectar with two different styles, my money for my value, I'm going to Nugget Nectar every time. I know it's two different beers. I know Hopslam has the hype, but Nugget Nectar, from a value perspective, which I can't get past, is the much better beer.
It's a different beer too, right? I don't know. It's so hard to
Randy's
compare
Randy's point is a strong one, though, is that if you add value into the equation, but you don't let value be the only equation, because
right.
if it's all about value, then Coors Light is a hell of a great beer.
Right.
You can get 32 of them for $15.
So value can't be your only driver, but who on this panel is going to say that Nugget Nectar is a bad beer?
Right.
So the value is there, but the beer is a damn good beer.
Right.
The thing is, for Hopslam, I can go across the border here and I can find it for $17 or $18 a 6-pack. But if I try to buy it here where I live, it's unreasonable. There's no way I'm paying $8 to $10 a bottle for it.
No way.
But it gets more comparable to Nugget Nectar depending on your market, and so it just, whenever you get into local beer politics, whenever people get limited amounts of things, it makes it much harder to compare the beers that you're drinking.
Right, and despite the fact we bitch and moan about it, but the truth is, we only buy if you want, right? Nobody's forcing your hand to go get
Absolutely.
it, and there's so much option there. I mean, it's overwhelming how many beers are sitting on the shelves right now, so you have plenty to go from.